by one of the best players without PDC Tour privileges. I'm not going to start that argument early on a Monday morning. That's for later in the week. But that is a pinch for Sebastian, and he knows it.
Those doubles plaguing both players at the moment.
No score.
I think everybody watching at home right now, Matt, is thinking, these guys know nothing about darts. You've overbilled them.
26 darts missed at a double between the pair already. Andy Bolton's had 18 darts at a double so far. That's his 19th. If Andy Bolton threw that as a leg of darts, we'd probably consider it a bad leg for Andy Bolton's standard.
6 legs, Sebastian.
How many darts he's thrown at the double?
On a ton plus out. Now, for the people who thought they'd rather have 145,
131. Sebastian, you require 117.
Let's find out if this game is pinched, much like the first two legs were by Sebastian. It's going to be tops for the first 2 points of the week.
77.
High and left.
And you require 14.
Andy Bolton has not been convincing on his finishing so far. 3 from 20.
He's going to wonder how he's won that game.
Andy Bolton.
It's right in the corner, and I think they might be having a little bit of a chat as they go back to the practice room, as if to say, well, Sebastian, I don't know how you didn't win that game. And Andy's going to think, how did I win that game? But he did. He won it by 4 legs to 3, averaging just over 81. So you both won in 2 countries, so you've got that in common. Well, that's an interesting play, isn't it? I didn't expect him to go for the treble 14 in that spot.
Game
but it really does pay off.
Patrick Vandenbogaard. Patrick, you
big 17,
41.
big 18 for a guaranteed shot at tops. Threw it well. Just didn't hit. Now, Patrick's already had 3 match darts at 2 different doubles. He's about to have a shot at a third.
9.
And that is now 5 missed shots for his first 2 points of the week. Double top to take us the distance in the second game of the day.
Patrick,
big 17,
41.
big 18 for a guaranteed shot at tops. Threw it well. Just didn't hit. Now, Patrick's already had 3 match darts at 2 different doubles. He's about to have a shot at a third.
9.
And that is now 5 missed shots for his first 2 points of the week. Double top to take us the distance in the second game of the day. And that hole has been plugged. That was hit by Patrick Vandenbogaard in the previous game.
164.
It's a big ask. It's on. It's still on.
139.
Alexander almost
Luke, you require
the great there. Littler for the knockout blow in round 1 has got tops. Very good.
And a match, Luke Littler.
A very steady looking 93 average. He looked very settled. His doubles were excellent as well. 4 hits from 8. But Mertz just paid the price for a little bit of messy approach play a little bit early on in that first match. I've been saying to our
167
upper management here that if you were to win a week or indeed a series, you need to get your photo on the wall. Oh, look at this. Really good thinking from Patrick. Setting up the shot.
135.
And pacing himself really well. But what do you think about that? You know, when you go to golf clubs and you see people's names on those lovely ornate boards, and every time something happens, everybody gets their name on the wall. I think that'd be a nice little thing to have around 32. Here.
Well, we just need a picture of Luke Littler, don't we? And job done.
Well, he'd be at the top of the pyramid, that's for sure. Well, pick a spot if you can see one. Oh my word. You might not see a better dart than that all day.
And questions being answered very, very quickly of Patrick, because Did we get the Patrick that came here and won the week last time, or do we get a different version?
95.
a
Patrick,
better
you
version.
require 40.
I have to agree.
Game
That
shot
is a
and the
really
match,
good
Patrick
win.
Vandenberger.
16 darts per leg he improves to after the course of that final leg, which was 13 darts. That is a performance he can cling to for the rest of the day. He's 2 from 2, and Sebastian is 2 defeats from 2. No, he can't.
And you require
normally if
41.
Someone gives you a gift, you feel like you have to give one back. Is Andy Bolton in the mood for giving gifts?
Shot on the fourth leg, Andy Bolton.
Andy Bolton says, "This isn't the festive season, lads. I'll just take everything that comes my way."
2 double tops. There's one.
85.
That would have been so ironic,
And you
considering
require 64.
how many darts a double he's missed in this game. In fact, it's now stretched to 10, and he might lose the match.
Game
It's
shot
been a
and the
much
match,
improved
Andy Bolton.
doubling display from Andy Bolton, who does get a little bit of redemption after losing to the Nuke on that stage quite recently in the last couple of months. But 94.81 the average and 57% on the doubles. That is a performance that Andy can cling to in the same way that Patrick can cling to what he did against Białecki in round number 2 in game 4.
And you
Wonder if
require
Martin is
164.
still a bin man, or whether he's decided to hang up his gloves.
140.
Now look at this from Alex. Really good, leaving double 12 after
60.
12.
Alexander, you require 24.
He's hit
Game
the
shot on
front,
fourth leg,
and
Alexander
now
Merckx.
he has a furlong between himself and Willem. Second time in 2 legs that Merckx has left himself on 299. It's not a number you want to leave.
140.
We said if he gets another 14 darter, he could break the throat. It might even be
98.
better than that.
Willem, you require 36. Game
To
shot
answer
on
the
sixth leg,
question
Willem Mendiger.
of whether Willem Mandegers has still got it, he's just answered it in the last 2 legs to pick Willem's pocket. Double 18.
Game
Classic
shot and a match,
Alexander Merckx,
Alexander Merckx.
who really does pick that one out of the thin air. That was a hugely impressive shot to get his first 2 points of the day. He was waiting for one chance. He took it, and that was probably the best finish of the day so far. And it was done at the end of round 2. Mandegers almost an 88 average, and Merckx pinches it with an average that was very similar to what we saw from him in round 1. Number 1 for Sebastian. Little has already got his first, but has he got a 128?
103. Sebastian, you're
There's only one route for
156.
156, and it does require 2 more of the treble 20s that he's already hit.
$45. Luke, you require 25.
Which routes are you going to choose? 5 for double 10.
Game shot on the second leg.
Very
Luke
clean,
Littler.
14 darts, and he's living in that zone, isn't he? The 9th leg in a row he's lost. Double 6.
Game
Way
shot
too
and a
good.
match,
The
Luke
performance
Littler.
of the day from Luke Littler. Average of almost 97. His doubles were really good as well at 4 hits from 6. Białecki lifted his level towards 93 and only got 2 darts at a double. You can see why Littler's the favourite for this group and the week.
22.
You're going to have to handle it. Double 7.
Game
How
shot on the
good is
first leg.
that?
Alexander Merckx.
12 darter, the best leg of the day from a very good dart player.
22.
You're going to have to handle it. Double 7.
Game
How
shot on the
good is
first leg.
that?
Alexander Merckx.
12 darter, the best leg of the day from a very good dart player. 94 left. That was possibly to save his 100%
81.
record in Group A
Alexander
here on
requires
Monday.
70.
This is to join Patrick on
Game
a
shot
certain
and the
4-point
match,
mark.
Alexander
That
Merck.
really was a great doubling performance. And when you consider how good Luke Littler was in Game 7, averaging almost 97 and getting 67% on his doubles, look at what Alex has done now, because he was 67% on his doubles on that occasion. It wasn't quite the 97 average of Luke Littler, but it was still very good, because you can get out there at 5 o'clock in the morning, get stuff done, and then you've got plenty of time to rest before you play a tournament in the day. Absolutely the right
174
kind of vocation for a part-time dart player.
167.
He's not just got 2 maximums in this game now, he's got a 174.
131. William, you require 51.
Mandigas is making a real fist of this. That is a really good leg.
Willem Mandigas.
14 dart break. If Mandigas was gambling on hitting 2 singles to leave double top, has the gamble paid off?
Game shot.
It has.
And a match, Willem Mandigas.
That's a really good victory for Willem Mandigas, because now he's got 2 points in the table. He joins the party of people who have got a win today. It's only Białecki who has not got a victory.
You require 155.
Double 19.
Game shot on the third leg, Luke
Oh.
Littler.
Sometimes words just defy what he can do. He's human. And the fact that he's mortal means he has got weaknesses,
No score.
but you've got to expose them.
Luke, you require 40.
Double top.
Game
That
shot
is
and
more
a
than
match,
good enough.
Luke Littler.
It's a 17 darter to finish things off, but the performance of the day averages over 106. And yet again, we see somebody get 67% on their doubles. The Nuke, very, very explosive there. Only needed 180 to get stats like that, but that 155 checkout, the best of the week so far. He still hasn't won a week here. Neither has Białecki.
Game
But he
shot on the third
has
leg, Sebastian
started to get the
Białecki.
knack with that bottom left corner, which was robbing him earlier. It's starting to show fruit.
Fourth.
But I did get to meet him once at Alexandra Palace. What a fine, fine gentleman. Sadly, they're no longer with us.
171.
And
Sebastian,
Mandigas
you require
might not be
40.
with us much longer in this match.
Game
Because
shot
Białecki
and a match,
gets on the
Sebastian
board.
Białecki.
First points of the day. He doesn't give a lot away emotion-wise, does Bolt, but he will be feeling much better now that he's got himself off 0 and on 2 points, funnily enough, with Mandigas now. Watch out. That
Game shot on the fourth leg,
is a
Alexander
needle in the
Merckx.
ribs. He spent so much time on double 16,
You require 32.
and the wait for another win might go on.
Game
because
shot
Merckx is
and a
too
match,
good on the doubles.
Alexander Merckx.
You can see what Andy feels about that, but he's not mad at Alexander, he's mad at himself because he missed 17 darts at double in that match, averaged under 80, and Alex took every single chance he was given. Look at that, 4 hits from 5, but I guarantee you a lot of those shots, he shouldn't have even had a look at them. It should be.
Game
And
shot
it was.
and a match,
A
Luke
4-0
Littler.
victory for Luke Littler. Gives him 8 points for the day. He's the first person to finish in the winners column on 8 points. He might have some company with Alexander Merckx taking on Sebastian Białecki in game 15, but that's what we saw. The average tumbled by 12 points in the last couple of legs, but he doesn't care because he will be top of the table by the end of Monday.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, at the second home of this man here, Luke Littler, and you've made yourself at home in this group. 4 wins out of 5. How would you assess your day?
Yeah, obviously not a perfect day, but it's also not a bad day, so I'll take 4 out of 5 today.
You're going to be at least joint top, depending on what Alexander Merckx does in his last game, and you've signalled the fact you want to really win this group for a couple of days off. Is that just to play FIFA?
Yeah, but obviously if you have the 2 days off, it's a massive help, because if you're playing through the week, then Saturday could come to tiredness. But yeah, I'll happy happy to win the group if I can, but we'll have to see in the next 2 days.
Yeah, obviously we see the best of you in front of a crowd here on Saturday. It's all about getting there. But we have seen some really good moments from you today, including this fabulous checkout earlier against Patrick.
Yeah, obviously it's a big checkout. Obviously he's not close to me, so why not go for it?
The speed that you do those checkouts and finishes, you must have got your maths pretty good in your head as well to be able to go for it that quickly and always get it right.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to school too much, but I think maths on a dartboard it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the maths is good, the accuracy is good as well. I do want to ask you actually about something wider than the Super Series. Of course, it was well documented you had a decision to make between going to the Lakeside Championship or going to the PDC World Championship at Ali Pali. You seem to make it quite quickly. Just want to explain your thinking behind that and why you made that decision?
Obviously, I was more bothered about not playing in the boys' youth, because obviously there's 3 other great lads, and obviously it could have been me. Obviously £5 on the line, another world title, but it's one of them. I'm on Sky Sports, playing in front at Ali Pali. May never not happen again, so I've took the opportunity to actually play there.
Yeah, you excited about that?
Yeah, can't wait.
We can't wait to see him the rest of this week. Look, he's in pole position to make it through to Saturday from Group A. What's the plan for the rest of the day? More FIFA?
Yeah, go get some food as well.
There we go. Yeah, good plan. And it's been a good day for Luke Littler.
I mean, Andy Bolton, it's hard to predict what's going to happen when he comes to the doubles.
Game shot
Well,
the
that
third
wasn't
leg,
happening
Andy
earlier. You can
Bolton.
see from his expression that he is very relieved to get that double 2 for a 3-0 lead.
But with Patrick van der Bogaard not on a finish, he knows he's going to return, knew he had time, and now there's urgency.
171. Andy requires
Just
4.
what Andy did not want to hear.
Game shot.
That's
and
what he
a
wanted
match,
to hear.
Andy
And that's what he
Bolton.
wanted to see as well. Andy overtakes Patrick in the table and finishes on 6 points and a leg difference of +2. Not a bad start in Group A in Week 9 for Andy. You might not think it by his expression, but over the next couple of hours, he will be very pleased with his day's work.
Sebastian, you requires 76.
The best play is to not give him a shot at a double.
Well, he is the player who's had the
Game shot in the third leg,
most topless
Sebastian
finishes. He
Białecki.
won't have an opportunity to add to it in this leg, though. Białecki, nice little check out there when we've been questioning the doubles.
Fourth leg, Alexander to
To add himself to the list of players with the big tumpless finishes. Tops.
game shot in the fourth leg,
So
Sebastian
good.
Białecki.
Somebody get the ladder. That's exactly how you do it.
Under require 25.
Double 8.
Game
And
shot.
Alexander
and a
Merckx,
match,
the ultimate
Alexander
closer
Merckx.
when it comes to the last match of a campaign, does it again. He wins by 4 legs to 3, and that's an excellent day for Alexander the Great. He will finish on a leg difference of +5, but his points total is even more impressive.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, and a magic Monday for Merckx in the end, getting over the line against Białecki. Just Paul mentioned in commentary they're not going for double-double at the end. Białecki, would you have played that move yourself?
I would have done what Białecki did in that position, but I'm probably wrong as well in that position. Certainly when you're in that one-off opportunity, Merckx sat on a finish ready to strike. So I wouldn't have done it, but I'd probably advise to do it.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, where you've got maybe that one chance. Although he was only getting 2 darts at a double, but it did result in another victory for Alexander Merckx. And we'll show you the results now, because his name is in yellow. Plenty there. 4 wins out of 5 for him, the same as Luke Littler. A really good day.
Yeah, really good day for Merckx, and he's ended it really good as well. The one thing you want to do is leave here with some form of positivity, and in a game like that with Białecki, he didn't just stumble over the line. It was a real high-quality affair between the players, so that's a good sign going into tomorrow, and you could see what it meant to him at the end there. He's come off the stage absolutely bouncing.
Yeah, particularly good wins against Andy Bolton, for example, earlier on for Alexander Merckx. He's just shown that he's kind of got that form that won him a week here before.
You don't win weeks here if you haven't got the quality, and he's shown us again that he's got that quality. He's been playing some good stuff around on the circuits, and I think maybe I was a bit dismissive of him coming into this. I thought he was going to be a dangerous player, but I didn't think he was going to be someone that we sort of see really playing into winning this group. I'd love to see how that's reflected tomorrow.
Yeah, it's all been about Luke Littler in the build-up, obviously. Now, you mentioned the word dismissive there. He dismissed a couple of his opponents today, 4-0. We thought a lot of the games might go close, but in these two in particular, Luke Littler was somewhere near his best.
I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Nothing that Luke Littler does surprises me. He's 16 years old and he's playing some elite level darts, and today is probably one of the best sort of averages I've seen from a player across a day when we crunch all those together and get sort of a daily statistic. Now, with that, you're watching him and you're feeling he's not at his best. He could give us a bit more, but yet he's probably put in one of the best performances we've seen here.
Yeah, 106 average in one of those. He does tend to grow into the week as well, doesn't he? Usually his best stuff is saved for a Saturday night. You almost get the feeling that he's almost so confident he's going to get through that he's using these matches as practice for Saturday.
Well, he said to you at the start of the day in the interview he doesn't practice, which means this is his practice. And I'm not surprised by that. We did try and crunch some numbers and roughly work out around somewhere between 600 to 700 matches that he's played already this year. And he's playing the games like it. He's playing them with freedom. He's playing with enjoyment. He's playing them in a way that he knows he's the best player, and he's proving it.
Yeah, from one junior star to a senior star in the sport, Andy Bolton was the only man to beat Littler in this group. What do you make of that result and his day in general?
I think Andy Bolton's had a good day. It started off really with concerns for me watching Andy Bolton because he was so fidgety. And we know that he's had issues with his shoulder before, and he seemed to be paying a lot of attention to that area. And I thought this could be a long week for Andy Bolton. And then he went and beat Luke Littler, and he played really good in that game and across the day, shown a lot of experience. And you can really see what it means to Andy Bolton as well. He wants a little bit more. I know he wants to go get his tour card back. He's very close to the World Championships as well. So this has fell at the perfect time for him to have a full week here at the Super Series.
Yeah, possibly ready to pounce as well after day one. We'll take a look at the Group A table after the players have fulfilled their first 5 fixtures. And Bolton sitting there in third place, just 2 off the top 2, as we mentioned. But I'm going to ask you about the bottom 2, Mandiguez and Białecki. Are we already saying that their aspirations are now for Group B at best?
I think when you've got Luke Littler in the group, you've got to say that because they're going to have some turnaround and pretty much win all their games to keep in tabs with someone like Luke Littler. I think Białecki's probably feels a bit harsh to be bottom of the table. I think he's played a lot better than 2 points would suggest, but it's a results business, and ultimately he's not been getting those results. He's had opportunities, he's made opportunities, he just hasn't taken them.
You said at the top of the show you thought Littler might well win the week, but maybe not the group. Have you seen enough to change your mind yet, or you think one of the others could emerge and pip him at the post?
Yeah, I don't want to sound boring. I don't want to sound really predictable, but at the end of the day, you've got to go with what's right. And right now, I just don't see him being stopped. And I look through the field, and yes, we've got quality players here, but he's elite. He's on a different level to good or to great. He's on a trajectory that I see being very, very similar to what I saw in players like Adrian Lewis, Michael van Gerwen, who went on to win world championships. He's a different class.
He absolutely is. And if you watched his interview earlier, don't go to school, play FIFA, and you'll be really good at darts. We'll find out if anybody can catch Luke Littler. The action resumes at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow exclusively on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel, so don't forget to make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a dart. But as far as today's concerned, well, the reigning champion has got his title defence off to a really strong start. Can Littler be caught? Tune in to find out.